morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome again to World Round Trip by Continent. Today we're here in Nassau, Bahamas, and we are operating an Airbus 320. Virtual, we are operating by Spirit Airlines. This is the flight Romeo Whiskey 102 to Fort Lauderdale, like destination. Alright, we're moving to the cabin like always. Welcome on board. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're here in the cabin one more time. As always, I always have the plane completely off. So what I'm going to do right now is just the APU start. How you can see, you guys have an option. If you use like infinite flight, you can use like auto start. It's going to start all your aircraft is going to be turning off. Turning on at the same time. And once again, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do the flight plan, and then we're going to be ready to go. At this point, we're going to do Bahamas, Nassau, Bahamas to Fort Lauderdale. Once again, thank you for choosing this channel. For enjoy your flight.
Gone missing in a mysterious stretch of water in the Atlantic Ocean. 1 minute, they are there. The next, they've vanished. They all have one thing in common. They all ventured into the Bermuda Triangle. They are paradise destinations for tourists. The Sunshine Coast of Florida and the Florida Keys.
Okay, dear passengers, so I have the flight plan already complete. At this point, we have a lot of traffic near Miami International, so we're going to see a couple of users people flying to Miami. But we're going to Fort Lauderdale, so we're going to see a couple islands for Bahamas. Also, we're going to see the Grand Bahama and also a couple cities around it. Once again, thank you for choosing this channel.
The sun-baked island of Puerto Rico and the Bahamas and the beautiful coral seas of Bermuda. Names. The Devil's Triangle. The Devil's Seas. Graveyard of the Atlantic. But one name given to these infamous waters strikes fear into the hearts of those who attempt to cross it. Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle lies off the eastern seaboard of the United States, bordered by the Florida Keys, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. 1.5 million square miles of empty ocean.
The Bermuda Triangle is a place where people disappear mysteriously, and it has no logical, no conventional, no natural explanation.
But many scientists believe there are logical explanations. Extreme weather, rare magnetic anomalies affecting navigation.
Possible that bubbles from the ocean floor can sink a ship.
And yet, the legends remain. In places like Miami, where Navy aircraft disappeared on a routine exercise that cost the lives of 27 men.
Hey.
The Bahamas, where one man claims to have traveled through time.
We experienced a space-time warp of 100 miles in 30 minutes.
In Bermuda, where strange occurrences are said to affect ships.
All my electronic instruments went haywire.
And over the vast Atlantic waters, where pilots lose their reason.
The plane was shuddering and the instruments were gone and we didn't know what the hell was going on.
Taxiing to runway 14.
Miami, the Sunshine City. Beautiful beaches, a water sports paradise. It lies near the southeastern tip of the Bermuda Triangle on the coast of Florida. Miami's beaches attract 11 million visitors a year. It's a departure point for hundreds of cruise ships and flights over the Bermuda Triangle. Half a century ago, another flight from here terrified two young naval men. "19-year-old identical twins, George and David Rothschild, were flying home because of a sudden death in their family.
We were very anxious due to the fact that we were going to go to our father's funeral.
The twins flew north from the Florida Keys over the waters of the Bermuda Triangle.
We'd been flying for probably 20 or 30 minutes, and all of a sudden, the pilot yelled out, "The instruments are dead. We have no more instruments." And he became very frantic.
With the instruments malfunctioning, the pilot had no idea where he was, or even how much gas remained in the fuel tanks.
He said, "I'm afraid we're going to run out of fuel." And he hollered to us, "Please look out the starboard window. What can you see? Look out the port window. Go back and forth." So in the meantime, the plane was shuddering and the instruments were gone, and we didn't know what the hell was going on. And he said, "Can you see planes? Can you see ships down there? Can you see land? Anything? Please help us on this."
The pilot became panic-stricken.
The pilot said, "I'm too nervous. I can't fly." So the co-pilot had to take over and continue with the flight.
Over water, with fuel running low, the twins were also getting desperate.
And we were looking for some hope, something to see, but we saw nothing. All we saw was ocean. We were over the ocean.
Finally, after what seemed like hours, they spotted the coastline.
When we finally got to Norfolk and they landed, then, of course, I was so happy I kissed the ground, the dirt that we were on. As a matter of fact, Dave wouldn't fly in a plane for over 20 years after that. That's right. Yeah.
The flight took place a decade before the Bermuda Triangle earned its infamous reputation.
We had no idea what the Bermuda Triangle was or what the effect of the Bermuda Triangle was. And later on, we said, that was it. Yeah, we were there, and that's what happened. That's what affected our plane. Unfortunately, we survived it.
But in 1945, the beachgoers were military men and their wives from naval air stations dotted along the Florida coast. Although the Second World War had ended 3 months earlier, millions were still in the armed forces. Memories of conflict were never far away, and the air was filled each day with TBM Avenger bombers on training missions. At the Naval Air Station in Fort Lauderdale, rows of Avenger bombers stood ready.
Airwings 102 is taking off runway 14, departing
But
south.
one training mission
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as you see, we're ready for takeoff. Please wear your seatbelts and just return to your seats. Everybody should have the seats and the seatbelts on. As always, thank you so much for choosing this channel, for enjoying my videos. I really enjoy to do this kind of videos like that. We are on the way now to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, United States. And this is going to be a flight around for 1 hour. Of course, I'm going just moving forward and it's going to be a last. We're ready for takeoff. Please take your seat and enjoy your flight.
mystery studied for the past 10 years by author Gian Quasar.
It was 2:10 p.m. in the afternoon, December 5, 1945, 580 TBM Avenger bombers took off from Naval Air Station Fort Lauderdale for a routine training flight over the Atlantic.
The Avenger bomber was the Navy's largest single-engine plane, and more than able to handle the weather that day of broken cloud and 12 miles visibility. As the 5 planes of Flight 19 headed out into the Bermuda Triangle, 14 young men were on board, Navy flyers like these pictured at the base a few days earlier. Ironically, the flight was a routine lesson in advanced navigation. The route, 316 nautical miles, took them east over Hen and Chicken Shoals, north over Bahamian Islands, and westwards back to the base, a course that lay inside the Bermuda Triangle. Within half an hour, they reached their target at Hen and Chicken Shoals and spent 20 minutes dropping practice bombs. But on the next leg of the exercise, an hour and a half into the mission, the leader, Flight Lieutenant Charles Taylor, got into trouble.
He became completely confused. Neither of his companies were working, and he believed he had lost.
The mission was familiar to naval photographer John Evans.
I had made the same flight that Flight 19 made, and it was just nothing. It was a very cinchy flight to go east, make a one turn, then come back to the west. How can you get lost?
And not even get your feet wet.
The search covered more than 250,000 square miles of ocean, but found nothing. These waters well, his fishermen slung away from him. And he has a rare respect for the surrounding seas.
The waters here, you really have to mind that. You don't want to be caught in an area where there's reef and not really a boat drawing any more than 2 feet of water will run aground. Describe
For local restaurants and modern for sport.
what we do when we're fishing is we run out to the edge, what we call the edge, which would be the side of the volcano, and we troll along anywhere from 4,000 feet of water to 200 feet of water, because that's how clear the drop off is.
Okay guys, so we're going to start the descending to Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport in Fort Lauderdale. It's going to take approximately 20 minutes. How you see the video is going like running fast, so for the video I will say it's going to be around 10 minutes. Once again, thank you for choosing this channel. I enjoy my videos as always. Thank you.
On a smaller scale than hurricanes can be just as deadly. Thunderstorms. Thunderstorms are one plausible explanation for some of the mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle, like the disappearance of an historic ship in 1986. The Pride of Baltimore vanished suddenly from radar screens 240 miles north of Puerto Rico. The disappearance was a complete mystery. Then 4 days and 7 hours later, 8 survivors were found. They revealed that the ship had been hit by a microburst. 100-mile-an-hour winds blasting from the bottom of a freak thunderstorm.
There were some very strong thunderstorms in the area, but what happened was a very small-scale microburst occurred right in the vicinity of this tall ship, which was sunk in the downburst, we think, with unfortunately a great loss of life. And that's what happens in these downbursts, and those are probably responsible for some of the sinkings in the ocean and in the Bermuda Triangle.
Body along its bottom is going to feel this greater pressure. The pressure will keep it floating. If you add bubbles,
Inbound. Landing will make straight into runway 28
bubbles
left.
take up space.
Triangle that seems to defy every rational explanation. A tale that, if
Fort
true, would fit
Lauderdale
the very
Unicom,
laws
Delta
of nature.
1205 is taking off runway 28 right, departing north.
Of the Bermuda Triangle.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, ready for landing. Okay, guys, so we have a crazy landing today. I know this is not was my best landing ever. I just did on purpose after some turbulence when I depart from Nassau. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood International Airport. It was my pleasure serving you today on this flight. Also, I hope you enjoyed my videos. If you like my videos, please subscribe and give me a big like. You can help me to progress or growing on these videos. Once again, thank you for everything and welcome to Fort Lauderdale.
Are we different or are we the same? Are we different?